We made $1,100 off of a $20 entry on Prize Picks on a day to 07 NBA season, and it's a career that's featured 6 All-Star appearances, multiple Eastern Conference Finals appearances, a NBA championship, and multiple NBA Finals appearances to go along with that. During the 2021 offseason, Kyle Lowry signed with the Miami Heat so he could ride off into the sunset in South Beach. And the results were a mixed bag. It was very clear from the very beginning that Kyle Lowry wasn't the player that he once was. And that's not really anything to be ashamed of, especially considering the fact that this man has been in the NBA for 17 years at this point. But it seemed like the Miami Heat needed to make a move if they wanted to improve their chances of winning the NBA championship this year. Something that is actually very reasonable considering the fact that they made it to the NBA Finals as a play-in team last year. Now, I've always roasted the Miami Heat for their inability to ever acquire stars after getting their fan base's hopes up consistently that they're going to get a star. I mean, when Kevin Durant said he wanted to demand a trade, he put the Miami Heat on his list. Kyrie Irving wanted to go to the Miami Heat. Donovan Mitchell wanted to go to the Miami Heat. Damian Lillard literally would go on Instagram Live and say that he wanted to be a member of the Miami Heat. And the Miami Heat whiffed on all of those stars. I guess this is payback for that incredible trio of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh 14 years ago. Damn, I can't believe that was 14 years ago. But with that being said, crazy. Miami Heat also have a reputation
14 years
of
ago
being able to steal stars away for cheap, and also doing a remarkable job at developing their own talent. So you don't necessarily need a superstar on the Miami Heat for them to be competitive. Well, yesterday we saw something that was very interesting, something that's become a trend in the NBA, if you will. And that's the fact that Kyle Lowry unfollowed the Miami Heat. Now, I forgot to mention this in my D'Angelo Russell video. D'Angelo Russell also unfollowed the Los Angeles Lakers the day prior. Anytime a player is in trade rumors or he is done with the franchise or upset with the franchise, I guess this is a way that said player conveys that he is not happy with the franchise or he's about to be traded. And in the case of Kyle Lowry, he was correct. According to Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Charania, the Charlotte Hornets are trading Terry Rozier to the Miami Heat for a 2027 first-round pick and Kyle Lowry, sources tell ESPN. Now, immediately what I'm thinking is this is a steal depending on what that 2027 first-round pick is going to be. And according to Woj, this 2027 first-round pick includes protections, sources tell ESPN. Now, the Hornets have no immediate plans to work on a buyout with Lowry and are expected to see if they can get another trade for him before the February 8th deadline. But to be honest, I think that's cap. If they can't find a trade partner for Kyle Lowry, I expect him to get bought out. I don't necessarily know what the market for Kyle Lowry is right now, so that's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. In my short/reel/TikTok, which is gonna be posted on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, obviously, I forecasted that the Hornets were probably gonna buy out Kyle Lowry, but I've been wrong before, so maybe I'm wrong here again. I think they're gonna take some time before they make such a decision. The Hornets aren't done dealing yet, and they plan to continue accumulating future assets ahead of the February 8th trade deadline. So let's dive into this, man. For the Charlotte Hornets, it's very obvious what they're trying to do. They're trying to take on poor contracts so they could get assets and they could continue rebuilding their team. I know it seems like the Charlotte Hornets have been in a perpetual rebuild, but at this point, what else would you do with Terry Rozier? You already have LaMelo Ball. Terry Rozier was without a doubt your best asset, assuming you're not going to trade LaMelo Ball. Nick Smith Jr. is starting to develop as well, so you would want to give more playing time to him, and getting a future first-round pick is a very, very good get. Charlotte Hornets are 10-31. It doesn't seem like they have any hope of making it to the playoffs this year, and this will also save the Miami Heat $15.4 million in luxury tax on the trade and create a $6.4 million trade exception. But just strictly from a basketball standpoint, this is an A+ for the Miami Heat. No matter what you say, this is a huge upgrade for the Miami Heat. It's very difficult to gauge the type of player that Terry Rozier is because he was on a team that was completely devoid of talent, that had LaMelo Ball in and out of lineups throughout the entire season. So if you just look at his statistics, he's averaging 23 points per game, shooting 36% from 3, averaging 6.6 assists per game. OBPM is a box score estimate of the offensive points per 100 possessions a player contributed above a league average player, translated to an average team. In this case, Terry Rozier had a 3.6 OBPM, which is the greatest OBPM of his entire career. And when you consider that the Miami Heat have a history of doing a lot with a little, and I'm not saying Terry Rozier is a little, but he's not a big name or an all-star that Miami Heat fans were hoping for, I think this is an A+ for them. I mean, this is a team that consistently has been developing role players and making them the best version of themselves. I'm a huge believer in the Heat's culture, and I know for a fact that this could be the difference between an NBA championship or fizzling out in the playoffs. Terry Rozier instantaneously brings another scorer to complement Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, pairs with Haim Hawkins as well. He could distribute the basketball. He could also take over games. So for the Miami Heat, I give him an A+ for this trade. For the Charlotte Hornets, it's really difficult to give them anything else but an A+. Anytime you look at one of your more talented players and trade them for future firsts, I think it's a home run. I don't know how valuable that 2027 first round pick is going to be, but in this instance, it's like, what else would you do with Terry Rozier? You successfully built up his value throughout his years in Charlotte, and you finally traded him for a first round pick. The Charlottes are in a rebuild. They're trying to sell. They're probably going to try to sell on Kyle Lowry as well. So I guess you could also give him an incomplete grade, because if they somehow finesse a first round pick for Kyle Lowry, that would be amazing, because I think he's probably going to get traded to a team that wants to contend in the future, but has a really, really poor contract that they need to get rid of. And as a result, the Charlotte Hornets will probably accumulate more first round picks as a result of said trade, which is why I give them an A+ as well. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about all this, man? We have a lot to get to. There are so many rumors coming out that I need to bring for you guys. So grade the trade in the comment section down below. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Breaking news into First Take this morning. As reported by Adrian Wojnarowski, the Hornets are trading Terry Rozier to the Heat for a 2027 first-round pick and Kyle Lowry. SA, you like this?
I love it. First of all, my condolences to Kyle Lowry, who's a winner and a champion and a great guy, a veteran. I'm sad to see him go from a winning situation to what exists in Charlotte. I am ecstatic for Terry Rozier. I've been a fan of this brother for years. He can ball. He's 29 years of age. He averages 23 and 6 this season. Terry Rozier can play.
Playing the best basketball of his life right now.
He has the personality that fits right in with the toughness of the Jimmy Butlers, the Bam Adebayos of the world. I love this move for the Miami Heat. It's what you needed, and to have him on the court with Butler, Tyler Hero, and those boys. Oh, look out. Miami obviously could be a threat, but I'm really happy for Rozier. I've been a fan of his for years. He deserved better than the situation that he was in, and I think he's going to make the most of it.
Stephen A., Terry Rozier is a younger, more athletic Kyle Lowry. That's what they got. They got a guy that's tenacious, a guy that can make shots. You said he's averaging 23 and 6. He's going to blend. He's that bulldog. He has that bulldog mentality. He's a perfect fit. You know, you talk about Heat culture. They couldn't have drew up a better guy to bring in. And I agree with you. I feel bad for Kyle Lowry, but this is what happens in the NBA.
Jimmy Butler is going to fall in love with Terry Rozier as his teammate. Mark my words.
Scary Terry.
They got almost identical personalities.
How much of a difference is this for them?
I think it's a big difference because they clearly can score.
Like in terms of where you would have them finishing in the
I can tell you right now, if you're the New York Knicks, you should be worried. If you are the Indiana Pacers, you should be worried. If you're the Milwaukee Bucks, who the Heat have had their way with, you should be worried. No question. I think that, to me, you will look at Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, Miami. And the Knicks are in there as well, but it would be a rat race.
It's something about the Heat come playoff time.
Fuck off. They always need the Cavs out of everything.
Because they know how to rise to the occasion. They know how to embrace moments where we saw what happened with Joel Embiid last year. We saw what happened with the Bucks last year. They rose to the occasion. The other team shrank in the moment.
Yeah, by the way,
we got to hear Perk on this.
The Heat play the next Saturday.
Yeah, we got to hear Perk on this.
Hey, Big Perk.
I want to hear what he has.
Your thoughts on the trade?
No, we don't.
I can't hear him right now. Oh, there we go.
There he is. There you are. We couldn't hear you, Perk. We couldn't hear you initially. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I actually love this trade for the Miami Heat. You know why we talk about it? Terry Rozier, having played with a team.
Yeah, they keep him muted because he sits there and he goes, while everybody else is talking, he's like, that's my impression of Kendrick Perkins. Stephen A. Smith, I feel blah, 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 blah. And fucking Kendrick Perkins is in the background. That's why they mute his mic now. I swear. I don't make that shit up. That's real.
Like the Miami Heat since he left the Celtics.
That's right.
Now all of a sudden you get a coach like Eric Spoelstra that's gonna hold you accountable. You can't shortcut that system the way that you have to punch in the clock behind the scenes. The only thing that I'm worried about when it comes down to Scary Terry is that he's gonna have to pick his efficiency up playing with the Miami Heat. Like he's gonna have to be very, very efficient. But I love the move for Miami Heat, especially if he's coming off the bench.
He is shooting 45% from the field, 35% from the three-point range, 45% from the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Molly, Shay, it's a difference though when you actually playing for something. Like I was very critical of Porzingis in the season he had last season with the Washington Wizards, but now he's made me a believer because now the pressure is on. It's a different type of pressure. Those shots mean a little bit more now that you're playing with the Miami Heat. And a little bit more pressure behind that.
Before we move on, I just asked Stephen A. this. So where would you have the Heat finishing now in the East?
Oh, they top 4 for sure. Okay. They top 4 for sure. And I'm gonna tell you this too. Bam Adebayo that elevated his game to another level along with Tyler Hero. You could never count those goons from Dade County out. You can't never count them out.
You look like you belong there with the Cuban link on.
One thing I want to say this. One thing I want to say is this, okay?
Yeah,
fuck her.
Good
He's
players
so annoying.
Get better playing with better players and a better culture.
I'll watch the Ludwig video about Pal World.
I took 1 week off from gaming and I came back to the largest what I've heard. What's the actual truth? Let's find out. I'm of course talking about Pal World, a game that's taken the world by storm. Everybody's playing it, and everybody's giving it great reviews. But don't just take my word for it. Let's listen to Charlie talk about it.
Yeah, I've actually heard good things about this.
Yeah.
Reviews are in, baby. That's Moist Critical himself.
Is.
He's played the shit out of this game. He has a lot more to say about it. But there's also like every other streamer on the planet who's playing it, and then everyone who's not a streamer also playing it.
True.
In fact, Pal World has the highest concurrent player count of any paid game in the history of Steam. Sort of. Technically, it's number 2. PUBG actually has that record with like 3-point-something million, but then they went free to play. But it's up there, man. Yeah. It is up there, along with like Cyberpunk and Elden Ring. I think it's even beaten that record. It's like at 1.5 million concurrent players. They've sold over 5 million copies for a paid game. It is huge. But what is the game? At its core, it's a game where you capture pals. And you use these pals to like maybe gain experience by destroying other pals, or maybe weakening those pals to capture them and adding them to your team. And if that sounds anything like Pokemon, it's because it has some similarities. It has some similarities.
It's the same thing. It's just like Pokemon. It's the same thing.
But to admit that it had no similarities, it has some similarities. But it's not a one-to-one clone, right? The game's not like a turn-based
It's
RPG.
a 1 to 1.1.
You kind of flow through and you do battles more freely, and you can also like kill Pokemon outright and butcher them. You can capture trainers. You can also butcher the trainers, which I think is just slavery and murder. It's kind of like an adult version with some Pokemon themes in it, some elements of Pokemon, but in a, I guess, more fresh way to play it. And people are upset because they're claiming that this game has totally ripped off Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I get why the concerns are coming out. Pokemon is a very impactful game. It's a lot of people's personalities, so I can just be blunt about it. And so for a game to come up...
if your personality is a video game, you're a fucking loser.
Coming from this guy?
And I don't want to hear what your opinion is.
And rip it off pisses some people off. And they've drawn some comparisons to the Pal World pals versus the Pokemon themselves.
Wow, what about WoW? Yeah, I was a fucking loser back then. Holy shit. Like, yeah, didn't you see the videos?
And here's one of the more blatant examples I've seen 100 times. The
That's
Galarian
Meowth and
Meowth
Gengar
being stolen by the Pal World designers. And you can judge for yourself whether it's actually stolen or maybe just slightly inspired. But people are going in. I saw this thread of 100.
I mean, let's be real, guys. Some of these are fucking stupid. Like this
draws inspiration from. I will say a lot of them are a stretch. Right? Like a lot of them is just like, hey, it is a ferret-like creature.
Yeah.
And it's like, Pokemon didn't invent a goddamn...
They invented ferrets. You understand that after Pokemon made Pidgey, nobody else can have birds anymore. After Caterpie and Beedrill, you can't have, or Butterfree, you can't have a butterfly animal. That's Pokemon owns butterflies now. Sorry, guys.
Ferret. That's just we got like those creatures in our world, and they're called animals, and so I think they're basing the designs off animals. But some are like, okay, yeah, that color scheme is kind of similar.
Nah, bro, they stole this shit for sure. That some of these were 100%. They're like 1 for 1. If you look at the character models versus the Pokemon character models, they stole this shit 100%. But I'm gonna still play the game. Like I don't give a fuck about it.
Perhaps is a little more similar, and so it's basically a game of like, you know, people trying to draw connections and seeing what is valid, what is not valid. Some, I would say, a little more wishy-washy, like this one. You know, you can't really just take over all feathers or the color green, and some are a little more concerning. Like the models of a PAL and a Pokemon.
I saw this myself, and I think that they 1 for 1'd it. Look at this.
Lined up next to each other, specifically Luxray.
That's crazy,
and one of the PALs called Boltmane look pretty similar with the models and the sizes and the shapes of it. And so I get why people are bringing up the concern. But let's not pretend that Pokemon themselves haven't drawn inspiration from other games. In fact, this is one of Pirate Software's arguments, is that a lot of the Pokemon we know are just creatures or inspired by creatures from Dragon Quests, like Zubat.
And you want to know what's really funny about Dragon Quest? Is I bet Dragon Quest took them from somebody else. There is no original text. Yeah, they probably took it from somebody else too. Yeah,
I don't know any game before Dragon Quest, though.
This is crazy.
I won a Game Boy in a giveaway one time, and it came with a cartridge of Dragon Quest.
Like, what's the serpent Pokemon? Like really powerful Pokemon. I think it's like 2nd or 3rd generation. What's its name? We'll cut right down to it. There's Pokemon that kind of look like this. That's Rayquaza. I didn't feel like it was 1 to 1. I didn't. I didn't think it was that good. But Rayquaza is kind of like this. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, guys. This is always what's going to happen. I don't see it, to be honest. Okay.
Inspired from this Dragon Quest monster, and there's some other ones that maybe don't make as much sense, like this one for Dragonite. And so this is like the counter argument that I'm seeing a lot. But the fact is that the PAL World devs have not at this point received any legal issues from Nintendo. And let me tell you, Nintendo will give it out if they want to give it out. They've given it to me good. Nintendo left me no holes refused here, okay? I got a cease and desist myself. So a game that has 1.5 million sales, that is literally being marketed by everyone as Pokemon with guns, if they had any legal grounds to take them down, I think they would take that action.
And not only that, but if Pokemon sent a DMCA to Steam, Steam would be legally obligated to delist the game.
Because of this campaign,
because of DMCA laws.
Hey, PAL World is a ripoff. It has led to some unfortunate consequences for some of the artists on the PAL World.
Doing well, and you, bud?
From the lead developer and the CEO of the company, Takuro.
For a bit because I cut cut a big chunk of my thumb off yesterday. So like, here's my normal thumb. So like, I cut like diagonally from like the middle downwards. So like, I'm missing like this whole side of my thumb. It's completely like, imagine like my thumb just being flat right here. Yeah, so that's how it is right here. It's like literally like, it's like a thumb, and then it just completely is just not allowed to use my left hand. I'm not allowed to use my left hand. I can't go to work. I can't like lift stuff. I can't grip things and shit like that. So
Mizobe, who said, currently we are receiving slanderous comments against our artists, and we're seeing...
it's kind of why I'm not gaming right now, because like I use mouse and keyboard. I use my thumb for a bunch of shit, so...
tweets that appear to be death threats, and he just said, hey, I'm the guy in charge here, so if you want to slander someone, slander me, not the artist, which, you know, that's a noble thing to say, but is there any validity in it? And I would say we can let Nintendo make that call, right? I don't think we need to defend Nintendo or white knight for Nintendo.
True.
Nintendo, a very litigious
and the bottom
company,
layer
will do it for
bottom
you.
layer
You
as
gotta
well.
think to yourself,
This
if
layer
Nintendo
too?
can, they will.
RIP that layer too.
If they truly think that somebody is stealing their models. And that would be the thing that's a crime, if they were stealing or copying models. And the models are available, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm sorry, but like if they stole or copied the models, but the game was fun, I would still play the game. Like, I would still play it. Like, I'm sorry.
Like every single fan at some point has ripped models from every single Pokemon game. So
Sure.
it would be feasible to do. And if it's found out that that has happened, that would be fucked up. That'd be fucked up, and then they should receive some repercussions,
Sure,
whether
true.
it's giving Nintendo a big bag of money or taking their game down.
Yeah.
But if all that's happening is that artists are inspired by some Pokemon,
It's renting. Like, I don't need to buy games, because like if I buy a game, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna beat it, and I'm never gonna touch it again. So why do I have a need to own any video games? You know what I mean? Even the live service ones, they end up getting shut down at some point. You know what I mean? So like, there's no point. I get the Game Pass, boom, open up all, let's see what's on Game Pass. Boom, look at all these games. I get to play 442 games. I have 442 games right now that I can download and play right now. Now, all these games have cost what, 50 to 60 bucks each when they first came out? It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of games that I would not have the money for. How you doing today, Kai?
that's not the only complaint that people are levying against Palworld. Because the other big one is that Palworld is using AI to make their game. And it is...
So this is an argument that's based off of my sources. I made it the fuck up. Yeah, so what they did is they made it up, and then they got mad about it.
sad that people are falling for this AI product because it's fun and doesn't feel like AI, and now AI is going to take over everything. Books, music, art. Sad day for America, sad day for the world. But there's no real evidence that the game uses
I cut a
AI.
huge chunk of my
Let's
thumb
go
off.
a step farther. If it did, I don't care. In my opinion, the difference between generative AI and procedural generation is pretty much non-existent. I think that they're basically the same thing. On a functional level, in terms of as a consumer, I think that they're about the same thing.
Buttholes?
It's different math, yeah. So, like, how is procedural, like, do you...
What's eating Kai today? Buttholes. About to dab here in a minute. He likes to try to act buddy-buddy with me. He's probably a piece of shit on the internet. And he's like real fucking shitty to you online. What a weirdo. Yeah, people are fucking weird, bro.
Howard averaged 22 points, shooting 40% beyond the arc, but also some struggling. The lowest average of this year's first rounders belongs to Derek Whitehead, putting up an inefficient less than 9. And even the 13th pick to the Raptors, Grady Dick, is averaging 15, but is shooting only 28% from 3. There's clearly been a wide range of G League success so far for this year's rookie class, but there's 2 players that so far have really stuck out when you consider where they were selected. As a freshman in high school, Amani Bates was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with the headline, Magic, Michael, LeBron, and the 15-year-old who's next in line. The story of Amani Bates so far has been a wild one. It's featured insane hype, disappointment, getting arrested, and now what looks to be an epic comeback in the making. It really wasn't that long ago. He was looked at as a future face of the NBA. He was deemed a lock for the top pick in the draft. At one point, was even mocked over Victor Wembanyama. But that quickly changed. In 2021, Amani would leave high school and attend the University of Memphis. He would take the court as the youngest player in college basketball. But there, things didn't go quite as expected. He averaged only 10 points, shooting less than 39% from the field. Given nearly all the excitement surrounding him as a prospect centered around his ability to score the ball, his stock began to plummet. In an effort to revive it, now being just a year out from being draft eligible, he would transfer to Eastern Michigan, where at least the one thing he could guarantee was that opportunity wouldn't be the issue. But then things take an even bigger turn for the worst.
Amani Bates, the former #1 recruit in the 2022 class, was arrested Sunday night in Superior Township, Michigan, after sheriff's deputies discovered a firearm in a vehicle
Not
he was
good,
driving.
Amani Bates. He's on the Cavs, isn't he?
Amani would avoid any major repercussions from this and was actually able to take the court last season. The box score numbers were impressive, 19 points and 6 rebounds. The efficiency, on the other hand, was once again concerning. Less than 41% from the field and 33% from 3. This, in combination with the new concerns off the court, many started to question whether we would ever see Amani in the NBA, something that seemed impossible to imagine just a couple years prior. But throughout all of this, there was one thing that remained clear to everyone, and that was the talent. Amani's skill and coordination at 6'9", you just don't see often. The NBA Combine made that even more obvious. Between all the craziness of the NBA season and the NFL playoffs, I've been having a ton of fun over on Prize Picks. If you think you know a lot about entry, I'm also keep an eye out. Impressive, but in many ways, the Combine only emphasized what we already knew. The shot-making talent was ridiculous. The physical profile outside of his height, not quite. Despite being 6'9", he measured in with a wingspan that matched his height, the 4th smallest hands in the entire Combine, and a weight of just 180 pounds. Measurements not far from most of the 6'2" guards entering the draft. But again, this really wasn't that surprising, so there was absolutely no question. He left the Combine as a major winner. Buzz started picking up for the NBA draft. It looked like someone would take the shot. And with the 42nd pick in the second round,
Cleveland Cavaliers select Amani Bates from Eastern Michigan University.
He made an incredible comeback, but this was a comeback story that was only getting started. Just weeks later, he was off to Las Vegas to compete in the NBA Summer League, where he was easily one of the most impressive rookies of the week. He averaged 18 points and 6 rebounds, shooting 40% beyond the arc. He played a pivotal role in the Cleveland Cavaliers going on to win the Summer League title. Things were really looking up, but it was hard to say what we could really expect going forward. The Cavaliers had ambitious goals for the season. They were bringing in guys like Max Strus and Niang in free agency. It just didn't really seem like there was much of a chance for Bates to get on the court this season. But surprisingly, only a few games into the year, he was playing 23 minutes, where he went out and did this.
It's Bates in the corner, quickly comes out to defend.
Monty Bates!
Cleveland. Here's Bates in the corner. It's Merrill. Got the 3, just like go up against Hart and get the Niang screen that opens up some space, then he puts it down. Great junior college players too at Vincennes in Indiana. Bates. Amani Bates knocks down a long 3.
Now, unfortunately, that role was more to do with injuries than anything, and we actually haven't seen much of him since. He's appeared in just 10 games for an average of less than 8 minutes, so most of his time has been spent in the NBA G League.
To Amani Bates for the straightaway 3. Got it. Lean Ford right back in. Backdoor cut. One-hand slam. He'll shoot the 3 ball from there. Slides, picks it up, gives it to Bates. Left wing 3 ball. Kicks across court to Cooper, alley-oop left block. Looking for Bates, gets it to him left corner. Let's fly that 3-ball.
Through Imani's 15 games across the Showcase Cup and the regular season, he's averaged 25 points and 5 rebounds, shooting 42% from 3 on extremely high volume, over 10 attempts a game. And these are also far from just catch and shoot attempts.
Isaiah Mobley hands it Imani Bates, stutter stepping straight away. Let's fly another 3. Imani Bates. Motor City. Bates left alone. Swish!
Between his combine performance and what he's now doing in the G League, we at least know for certain that Imani is absolutely knocked down beyond the perimeter. But what does all this success he's having mean for the future? Imani's doing everything he can to shell out a role in Cleveland, but unfortunately in the immediate future, that's pretty unlikely. Chances are there would need to be some serious change to the roster or short-term goals for the team in order for him to be taking the court consistently. See, Imani's playstyle puts him in a pretty weird spot. Imani thrives in a situation where he represents a big share of the offense, but without top-end draft capital being tied to a player, that's really hard to receive, especially from a competitive team like Cleveland is. Like most of the league, to begin his career, Imani's gonna have to prove himself as a role player, a role where his flaws become a lot more glaring. Unfortunately, scoring talent doesn't always lead to the opportunities or success you would expect. Take Luka Garza, for example, someone that just might be one of the best scorers on the entire planet, as crazy as that sounds. He averaged 24 on 55-44 splits in his senior year in college. In the G League last season, he averaged over 30 points, shooting 60% from the field and 40% from 3. He appeared in 28 games with the Timberwolves main roster, where he averaged 7 points on 54-36 splits. This doesn't sound all that crazy, but that was playing less than 9 minutes a game. Per 36, he was averaging 27. He would finish the year with the highest offensive rating on the team. Not just that, the 6th highest offensive rating in the entire league, the 2nd highest at the center position, only behind Nikola Jokic. Objectively, he is one of the best offensive bigs on the planet right now. So why is he struggling to hold on to a consistent role? Well, the answer to that is also not that hard to track down. He posted the lowest defensive rating on the Timberwolves, the 3rd lowest at the center position across the entire league. He is objectively one of the worst defensive bigs at the NBA level. There's only one scenario where someone like Garza can even potentially be a net positive on the court, and that's when he's the focal point of the offense, but the pathway to that kind of role just isn't there. We've seen that G League dominance far from guarantees NBA opportunity. Look at Mac McClung, someone who's always making headlines for his remarkable ability above the rim, but over the last few years has consistently dominated the G League. A year ago, he averaged 20 and 5 on 55-47 splits. This season, he's upped it to 25 and 7, shooting with 53-43 splits. Yet so far, he's only appeared in 4 games in his NBA career. Imani's pathway to a role is much stronger than both of these players, but the careers of guys like Garza and McClung give really valuable insight to not only how hard it is to get on the NBA court, but how hard it will be for Imani to be in a situation where he even has a chance to make good on that potential we all know he has. Okay, I'm jumping in here after editing this video, as it just came out that Imani Bates has been suspended for 2 games for going into the stands after a game. You can see he was going back and forth with someone before the camera cuts away, but then only seconds later, he's back in the handshake line. A lot of people are going to make this out to be some big thing. It's not. It's a nothing burger. Now, while Imani went through one of the biggest draft stock collapses the sport has seen, that wasn't the fall that everyone was talking about on draft night. Going in, everyone expected Villanova freshman Cam Whitmore to be one of the very first selections in the draft. The Pistons at 5 was the most commonly mocked spot, but they ended up going with Asar Thompson. At that point, the expectation from pretty much everyone was that he would not be making it past the Pacers at 7. But then pick after pick goes by. The Magic, the Pacers, the Wizards, Jazz, Mavericks, still nothing. The entire lottery, still nothing. Twitter is going crazy. What is happening? What do we not know? Is there some secret injury or something? Then the fall just continues until finally,
the Houston Rockets select Cam Whitmore from Villanova University.
For a majority of the draft process, it was reported that the Houston Rockets were highly considering taking him with the 4th pick in the draft. Now they were somehow getting him at 20. What happened? On draft night, Whitmore was making it extremely clear there wasn't an injury. The best information we got from bits and pieces was that this fall stemmed from some character and effort concerns, but even to this day, the exact concerns are still very unclear. But what is clear, whatever happened that night added a chip on his shoulder, He's looked determined to make all 19 teams that passed on him regret their assumptions. Shortly after the draft, he takes home MVP of the Summer League, averaging 19-5 and over 2 steals. Then unfortunately, there's not a role available to tip off the NBA season, so like Imani, his first chance to change that comes in the NBA G League, where once again, he dominates.
Lob back door, Cam Whitmore, a throwdown. Take advantage of the technical free throw as Whitmore forced it up top. Whitmore lays it in after refuses the screen. Pretty pro hop and finish. So far, the Vipers having none of that as Cam Whitmore in transition. Cam Whitmore lays it. Whitmore for 3, extra pass. Whitmore's open. He's got another. Whitmore, a heat check 3. Oh yeah.
Got great character guys, and they'll be back, I can assure you.
Cam Whitmore, another 3. He's got 42.
Over his 13 G League games, he averaged 26 points,
Real
7
guy!
rebounds, and
Sorry,
3
buddy.
assists,
I'm reading.
shooting 48% from the field.
I'm listening to how you doing today, Randy, bro? I cut a huge part of my thumb off, so I'm home for a while. I'm just listening to Imani Bates stuff and stuff about basketball, but I'm reading a bunch of bullshit about architects. What's the fuck's going on? What is going on with this architects thing? And okay, so it's Spirit Box and Fallen in Reverse. Why? Why is everybody talking about these guys? Everyone online is arguing about something that Architects guitarist Adam Christensen posted on X, but why? The conversation now also involves Spirit Box and Fallen in Reverse, but we're going to break it down the best we can. The controversy has all transpired in the last couple of days after Christensen reposted a transphobic post written by an account on X, and Architects and metalcore fans in general have been discussing what it means on various social platforms. A post was written by political commentator Tim Pool, whose quoted video shared by American MMA professional Sean Strickland. He's a fucking loser. He said in a video, Strickland was doing a press conference. Yeah, right? Strickland was doing a press conference and was asked about a comment he made 3 years ago where he said if he had a gay son, he would feel that he failed as a man. Strickland immediately appeared irritated that the journalist had brought it up and hurled insults at him, saying that he's a weak man. If he has no problem with his son being gay. Says he's a weak man if you have no problem with your son being gay. The journalist then pressed further, bringing up another remark Strickland made about the trans community after Bud Light announced Mulvaney. Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans, what was a mental illness? Now all of a sudden, people like you fucking weaseled your way into the world. You're an infection. You're a definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of you. That's literally, wow, that's what he was saying. Yeah, it's, I'm literally... Christensen reposted one of those tweets that guy said that, then wrote a statement apologizing for accidentally reposting. Chat, I gotta take this phone call.
Peggy in the HR department.
Yeah, I reposted it, bro. Yeah, and ever since I had to call, they called me, so I had to answer. But yeah, I cut my thumb off, bro. I cut it like, it's hard to show, but I cut like, don't, I'm trying not to. I cut like a huge chunk, so like I'm missing like a big portion, big old portion of this side of my thumb. On the other hand. That's why I was muting Kyle. I was on the phone with workers comp. God damn, that crumble that I got right now for dabbing is so fucking delicious. Yeah, dude, I was in the bathroom screaming, dude. I go back out and they were like, we found your thumb for you. And I was like, what? Oh, what? You found my thumb for me? They're like, yeah, we found it. I was like, what? And then they were on the table over there, and I walk over and I'm looking at it. Dude, it was part of my thumb, bro. Come on, what are the sales today, bro? Any live resin for sale? None. You don't even got any at all? That's crazy. Yeah, man, this shit is not fucking fun, dude. It really isn't.
And 39% from three.
I
Now it was just a matter.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be off from work, but I'm not allowed to use my left hand for 7 days at work. So if they can't find something for me to do that doesn't involve me using my left hand, then I am out of work for the next week. But I have today and tomorrow off, definitely, fortunately. So we have to play games, we have to make content, and we're here. At least I'm chilling, you know what I mean? At least I'm out here. So should we play Pal World today? Or should we play play story game number 9? That is a great question. It is. Alien Ant Farm is like one of my favorite bands, bro. They're so good. My thumb hurts real bad right now. Oh, man. Shit sucks. Yeah, most people don't listen to him. Most people don't really know about Alien Ant Farm outside of Smooth Criminal. Sorry, Avo texted me. She's checking up on me. Courage. You doing Courage? Who was the player who just got suspended for steroid use? I don't know. For what, basketball? Oh, was it Tristan Thompson?
Number one team giving up threes, but they're
Motherfucker. For PED, 25 games.
This came out during the discussion, but the Cavs are red hot. They've won 8 in a row. They can't be stopped. Except Tristan Thompson will not be in lineup for the next 25 games. He's been suspended for PED use.
Whoa.
25 games for Tristan Thompson.
You never
He's
hear
out
about
for
PEDs
PED
with basketball
use.
for whatever reason.
Yes.
Because I've been told that when you fail a PED test in the NBA, you're failing an intelligence test.
He's the one that has a kid with the Kardashian.
I thought that was the case in all sports.
But it's really the case in the NBA. It's not. They're looking for it.
Yeah.
But they tell you when they're looking for it and what they're looking for.
Dang, he taking that body enhancement.
That's how they do it in the NBA.
No wonder he's been better this year.
Bro, look, hey.
That's what I'm
Hold
saying.
on, I ain't gonna lie.
I
I ain't gonna lie. Last year I saw Tristan Thompson, and when he was playing for the Kings,
the Lakers.
And the Lakers, that man you couldn't slide a bingo card under his feet. That man was out there looking bad. And then all of a sudden, this year, I'm like, Tristan back here, he getting a lot of rebounds. This cat is moving his feet. This how you doing in the pick and roll, Tristan? This cat was balling.
Turn back the
you
clock.
Turn that back.
That's a shame.
That's crazy.
Like,
they don't never check
You gotta
nobody.
cheat, man.
Titus, let me ask you this question, because I always ask guys that spent time in NFL locker rooms this question. What percentage of players would you say use substances that are against league rules?
None.
What? That's the first time.
None.
I've asked that question of probably 300 players.
None.
It's the first time anybody has ever definitively said
you've never seen
none.
it?
Tyvus, look in the camera. Look in the camera.
You know what he's
Phone
on
died.
right now? That broke.
I gotta go plug my phone in so I don't mess up.
Listen, the honor. We good. Listen, the people
Look
that
at that
everybody that I've ever played with.
There it is. Zoom in.
Never,
Slow zoom.
None of that.
Well,
we
some
take
people might
we
take it and you
take
don't know.
team issue
There it is.
supplements. That's it.
There
so
it
if
is.
we get
That's that
banned
shot.
or
Keep
suspended,
going, Steve.
it's the team
See the
that should
sweat
go
on his
down
cheeks.
for it. And then not to say this, it's only been one person in my life that I've played with that I've actually seen fail a test, but this man was so wise that he appealed it and beat the NFL. He's the only person that's beat the NFL in a PED test, and I can't believe changed the whole system because he won. Unbelievable.
And give me the camera. Hey, let me go camera one.
You believe that too? That's
No, he did.
Stump Mitchell.
Ain't nobody do nothing.
Stump Mitchell.
Nobody do
That
that.
is the way it's done.
Stump Mitchell was
That's the way it's done.
do that.
Stump.
We
That
don't
was a
do-
master
we don't do
class
that.
in having people not collect their facts.
I just slapped it against the desk,
We don't do
dude.
that.
Oh.
PEDs. Why would we do? We train all the time. Why you never for?
Ah. Are they? I doubt it.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are the hottest team in basketball, but it doesn't really make sense why. They've won 8 in a row, 13 of their last 16 games. However, they're missing some of their best players. Evan Mobley and Darius Garland have been out over a month since December 15th at this point, and they are 12-3 without those guys in the lineup. It's been in large part due to guys like Dean Wade, George Niang, and Sam Merrill all stepping up. Donovan Mitchell has definitely done his part carrying his load of the offense, but this defense is elite. Number 2 in opponents' points per game, number 3 defensive rating, only 18th in offensive rating, which is not good for a team that's trying to, make a run in the playoffs, but they do have the 10th best net rating. So, now like I said, Donovan Mitchell is definitely doing his part. He's averaging 28 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 2 steals, so he's playing defense as well as playing offense. Is he the number 2 shooting guard in the league? I don't know really where he ranks up. I mean, he's got to be top 3. I think Shea by far is the number 1 shooting guard. Unless you're calling him a point guard, then Donovan Mitchell has a legit chance to be the number 1 shooting guard. But you also have Devin Booker to throw in there. He's not been the most efficient this year, only 35% from 3 on 9 attempts to go with 46% from the field for the 27-year-old. But last year he was 39% from 3 on 9.3 attempts. So he can, shoot it very efficiently from 3. He just hasn't been the most efficient so far this year. Now, a guy taking a big step up this year has been Caris LeVert. Actually, there's been many guys taking a big step up this year, but Caris LeVert has been one that's been very noticeable. He's up to 16 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists in 29 minutes per game this year for the Cavs. Very good numbers from him. Last year, he only averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. However, he was more efficient. 43% from the field, 39% from 3. Good efficiency last year for Caris LeVert while only putting up 12 a game. The issue with his numbers this year is he's only shooting at 35% from 3 and 43% from the field on 6 attempts from 3. Playing less minutes, but still would like to get a little bit more efficient there, but I am glad he's averaging 4 more points per game than last year. Partly due to, the injuries and everything, but the real reasons that they are thriving right now, even without their stars, is the role guys are stepping up. George Niang on the year is averaging 9.3 points, 3.8 rebounds, 44% shooting from the field, 37% from 3. But as of late, the minivan has stepped up big time. Over his last 15 games, he's averaging 12 points per game, 4 rebounds, on 48% shooting from the field, and 40% from 3. Again, the last 15 games are when they got, kind of a step up in minutes, so they stepped up their production. Sam Merrill, who just went off last night, 8.1 points per game, 2.2 assists, 41% shooting from the field, 41% from 3 in 16 minutes a game this year. But again, in his last 15 games, he's really stepped it up. He's averaging 13 points, 3.2 rebounds a game on 45% shooting from the field and 43%.
Bro, this
from
shit's
3.
so fucking painful. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. No problem, Bob. We'll be here. I'm gonna try to play a little bit of games, but ultimately, if my thumb hurts a lot, I'm just gonna chill. 'Cause I gotta figure out how to use these buttons now. Oh, we got a quick game now. Fucking idiot, bro. We can go collect a bunch of ore.
Wow. Yeah.
No. No.
Oh. What?
Fun. I wish you had it. I wish you had it, Nemesis. I think you'd really like it too, to be honest.
Yep. Yep. Yoy.
The fuck did this asshole do? Look at all the wood he got me for no fucking reason.
What? Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
Wish I knew where there was gonna be a lot of ore, you know? Ah! There's some more. But I want a place where there's a lot. Maybe up here? Ooh. Goes on back. Ooh, I don't have one of these. It's a good spot for a base right here. Ain't gonna lie. Didn't even pick anything up, bro. How much wood I actually have. I have so much fucking wood. Why can't I pick it? It hurts. Can I not put down another PAL box? If I had known that, I wouldn't have destroyed the other one. Oh, that's why. Mine's too close to the boss. I can go put it down there and that fucking... I don't want to put it near there, but... Oh! Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Look at all this ore, bro. Why? I can only place down one. I took one down and now I can't place another one. And you look at all this fucking ore, bro. Oh, there we go. Gonna block the respawn of metal. I already placed it down. The video I watched said the place, because I was looking for this exact spot. They said the place is right in the middle, and then you can sit here and farm all this. Move it though. I can still farm all this stuff. Can't see shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, light up the way, bitch. We'll deconstruct this one, I guess. Fuck off. I had a fucking thing, man. Drag me to you, I'll be your wiki. I got you, bro.
Sorry about the beeps, buddy.
Huh? What'd you say?
Sorry about the beeps on the Xbox.
Yeah, right? That's just so loud.
What?
I found a nice place that is anti-raids, and there's a lot of space to live.
You say you found a nice place for panty raids?
Yeah, panty raids, it's what I said.
That's what I thought you said.
Panty raids? God damn it.
Get to a tower. So I can fast travel to the newer. Not even the newer base.
Only base? What you mean only base? You made a new base?
No, I destroyed our original base.
Oh, you nuked the old base.
It's still like half there though, so like if you go there, there's still a bunch of shit. There's like chests with a bunch of wood and stuff. It's just a matter of building up like how much you can carry to be able to use it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's like fucking 2,500 wood. There's like 2,500 stone. New base is way better.
You can do it.
What?
There's a 32 marmoset.
Yeah.
Look up. Look up. None of these fuckers are waking up.
As soon as I capture them.
Now they're awake.
We're making a metal fight.
What?
Are you making a metal fight?
I'm fighting a fucking mammoth right now. They all went back to sleep. He's literally standing right here. He killed all of them. They all decided to go to sleep for some reason. Oh my god, bro. We're fucked. We're about fucked.
Hey, help!
Oh, god damn it!
They're coming from this side. And it's Pokemon.
I don't have any fucking arrows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
I'm dead.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck, dude. We gotta let our pals take care of this.
The pals did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My penguin is like, nope, I don't care. Hey, you got
Awesome.
it. Nice. So the dire wolf is there.
Did you know how many things that died, dude? All of them.
I think so, yeah. Or top of them.
Enemies have been defeated. Jesus, that was dumb.
All the presses are dying. Hey, congrats. What spheres have you been using? Once?
Just regular ones right now.
There is a neat way to farm it without much work.
How's that?
You know the Vixies?
Yeah.
If we make like 4 of them in the base and place a ranch, they will farm a ton of balls.
Ooh, the ranch. That's the ranch that does like where the coins get collected too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll get some pixies. We'll set up another ranch as well.
I've been playing with a friend, and he has a mess of a ranch. Yeah. Another one? A double ranch?
Might as well.
Okay, sure.
We got a two style ranch home here. 400K.
The Ranchy boys.
Yo, what if? Insufficient materials. But what if we set up another PAL box right next to this one? And you can have. What if we had two bases right next to each other?
You can have more than 2 then. What I would suggest is like one for farming, like tree farms, rock farms, ranches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I still have a PAL box right now. So if I set it down next to us on the side.
Yeah, we'll go third.
Materials. Oh, as long as I'm standing inside. Oh, if I'm inside the base, you can use all the materials. If I'm outside the base, I don't have access. That's crazy.
No, where do you want it?
It's right next door, basically. Or hold on. Is that your mammoth over there? Nope. No.
No, that's a real mammoth. My mammoth is in the PC. Right now I have the monkey with me. And I'm gonna show you something. So, you know the monkey? It's a good monkey when he's outside, right? Now enables the full power mode. And we beat the shit off these. Oh. Is one dead already?
Yeah.
The monkey does it like that. Go, monkey, do something.
God damn! That mammoth is shit on him! What? Run away! No, my Incineram!
Come on, Pengu, do something useful. Back once. Don't go to the. Rip Pikachu's.
Put the whole base on this bitch ass.
Pull up, ready? Come on, buddy. A little down.
Let's go!
Come on, leave the pigs.
I caught him.
I know you caught him.
I got him!
Now you have a guard. That you
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Time to revive all my Pokemon now.
Yeah, right. Everybody's fucking dead.
Lost my monkey, lost my penguin. My bush is still trying to recover. Except that you're kind of big. You're on here. Ooh, I'm stuck. Oh yeah, for the Vixie we can use this one. Where is it? Where is it? This bad boy? What you think?
Oh.
Oh.
I gotta put new pals in my thing. Oh,
Yeah, it's a boss.
the big one.
It's a big boy. Okay, it's a big girl. Okay, you go here, you go there. You go out. There you go. As soon as I release it, it keeps up from rendering. By the way, did you know you can restart the food decay? It's kind of sort to fix. How is your finger doing?
It fucking burns.
Well, I believe.
It is not,
Finger itself, I didn't cut, but the top of my hand I already cut with the glass. I broke the window with my fist and cut half of my hand. Yeah, it wasn't the best idea. I was a kid, I was dumb. And you know, dumb kids like to do dumb stuff.
Always.
I don't know if you noticed, but the Pokemons are stealing arrows.
They're stealing arrows?
Yeah, come here. I'm dropping them for you to catch. You moved and they are yoink it.
Oh, they're just putting them in here.
They are good boys. They're doing their job.
Shit, it builds them 3 at a time. That's the fucking pit.
If we had like Robin Quill in here building with us, it will be much faster and you gain more XP. But we have your dancing cat and the witch. Dancing. Without the I was making, I'm almost leveled up. Go and get some. Do you want more guys to mine stone?
I mean, we got 1,000 there already.
No, I mean the drill guys.
Do we need more? Oh.
Well, they mine 3 times faster.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
And 3 times more.
They need a sort button for the pals too when you're looking at them in the box. They have a sort button for everything else, but not for this? Okay.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, in the top.
Oh my god.
Haven't you seen it? Mines are stored by level. Don't worry, your wiki is here.
We need to get to level 24 to build a fluffy bed.
Yeah, I'm 2 levels away.
Next level is muskets and shit. Oh, we need that orange to it.
Those cuts are nice. They are powerful, as Nakota says. They are. Or we can try loot more chests to try get better bows. Because if you get a better blueprint of a bow, it gets better damage.
I have a chest full of blueprints. I just don't know where it is.
Go place, maybe. Okay. Never seen one like this, but just found a tree in the middle of the ocean. Your mammoth is lacking the hoof.
Right. There's 1,000 stone in the chest right next to the stone thing, and there's a 1,000 stone in the thing.
Okay, I caught another turtle. And this one has good stats for mining.
Wow.
And another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are 4 turtles enough? James?
Huh?
4 turtles.
4? Yeah, bro. I didn't know you were going to get turtles like that. God damn.
I'm a turtle master.
Fucking. What's this fucking face? Master Splinter? Ew. Got a brain fart. Figure out what the turtles I see you. Level 23.
Wow. Yeah.
Taking a few. I see you still trying to make a gang of ghosts.
Boy. Well, if you gotta get 10 of each to get the XP for it, you know.
Wow.
The Q. And Q.
Oh.
Okay, my game is locked on capturing mode.
Yeah.
It's on locked on capturing mode?
Yep, I have like liquid here, and the catch rate is always showing.
Oh, damn.
What? Yeah.
Where is that?
Oh. Wow.
Come on, come on. Let's go.
Huh. Oh, it's me. Oh, well. I was like, what the hell is making light? Oh, you found the traders?
No, I wish.
No, that's a trader.
He doesn't offer me shit.
This is a village. There is another one down here. It is another one.
What the fuck is that?
I will show you at the base when I fix my game. It's really easier. Ah! Well, I'm gonna grab the thing before he murders me. Oh no, mister. Okay, just kill me. Come on. Kill me. Kill me.
Guy doesn't have shit.
The milk you get from the cows. They are friendly cows. And then there is this one.
Oh, that's you.
No, that's a minigun.
That's
I
ridiculous.
caught him in the desert.
That's ridiculous. Dude.
Oh, it's the guy with the minigun. Let's get it.
What?
Again, he's a trader. What do you sell?
Hey, right there?
What?
He sells nothing worth.
Right?
He sells a chicken.
Cave right here, though. Level 13 boss?
Yay. Cave people. I still have my thing locked.
Oh, whoa, the lagging in this. Holy shit.
It's rendering everything. What you want? Murdering cats.
Yeah. Billion dead, bitch. So close to leveling up.
You can do it. Okay, I'm gonna send you a screenshot to Discord on how my game looks currently. Don't know how I got this glitched, but look like a drone. Yeah, I don't know. It's always like that. I might have to relook, and I will do that. Because I'm not a drone.
I'm not playing SMC.
Yeah. What?
Yay, freedom! Back to the dungeon.
Deep dungeon. Oh, what the fuck?
Hmm?
It's really weird.
What?
Go left.
Wrong group.
Yeah, definitely it's alright, room.
Well, if you can find the chests, you might find the blueprint. Okay, there's enemies. I got it. This is the boss fight. It's an elephant. Do you want the elephant or do you want the elephant? There is a way to change the boss.
What? You can change the boss?
If you leave this room and go to the other room, the boss will change.
Oh, fuck this T-Fawn up, bro.
So, you want it?
Fuck this day up. I was defeated. Dead.
One shot. The special ability of the bushy guy is broken.
You there?
You just press F to use the ability, and it sends a boosted blade.
I got a crossbow schematic.
Which color?
I don't know. Green. Uncommon. No, wait, no, wait. That's a different one. Oh, uncommon. It ain't a color. Still a crossbow though.
What? Yeah. Ooh, there's an egg here. Think? It's an electric egg.
Yeah. What?
Oh, look, another egg. It looks like an Oviraptor.
It is a frozen egg. That's sick. First time I found one of those. There's a lift monk thing over here on your side. Oh, it's on the other side of the water. Oh, no, it's not.
What?
For you, it's on your side. Easy. Oh no, we're gonna go save this merchant.
I think we can arrive. Did you arrive? What does it say?
What's he got? Oh, he's got pals. Oh, he buys pals. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. It's how I have been making my cash.
Saw this person. I saw the person.
Report. Are you selling people now?
Yeah. There's another cave here. Hillside Cavern. Is this the same fucking cave? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It is? Oh, there's people in here.
Yeah, the cave layouts are not much different, and the most you can find on them is gold, sulfur, and palladium crystals. And like big boy palladium crystals.
Definitely gonna be great.
And it is a manta ray.
Ooh.
Do you want to catch it?
Celery! I don't. No. Let's get the XP.
So, okay, you beat it. And then I send the pushing man. It's a cat.
Yeah.
No, it's no longer a cat.
I like dungeons. This makes me want to play Breath of the Wild, though. I'll end up playing that sometime soon.
Yeah.
No, it is a Pokemon. There is no wonder Pokemon. There's something taking a lot of damage that way.
What?
Rare. Oh, come on.
Yeah, here. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got him. Oh, look at this guy. He's mine. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna level up with that guy. Yo, level 21. Level 21.
Do you wanna do the tower a couple times?
Okay, so there's apparently you can catch that Grizzbolt. So what you do? Oh, we killed him. So these guys have to respawn, and they follow you in there, and then they'll attack the Grizzbolt and you can't attack it, and then you throw the ball at its back, and you'll catch it.
It's not those guys. It's the PID guys, the police.
You're the police.
No, you have to be wanted for it to work.
Yeah, let's do it, and then I'm gonna die. I'm gonna use my mammoth.
Didn't you left the mammoth at all?
Nope. I left all my other ones there. All my other good ones.
Yeah.
With the minigun.
He's already so hurt.
I don't know if the minigun guy knows how to use it.
I don't think he knows how to use his minigun.
One dude, shoot it! What the fuck is happening? Just goes and bonks.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Let's be.
What?
Love the XP.
How much did you get?
I don't know, but I'm definitely almost halfway through 21 already.
Nice. Now this is a good rate to get stoned.
God damn.
Yeah, if you move your cat, the other turtle will join in.
Put my cat back.
And then come look the race. Look the speed we're going.
Where's my incinerant?
Oh, nice. We have the monkey that is sick, one is overfull, and one is depressed. And, okay, to fix the monkey, you have to make on the medicine bench one of the potions, and then add it to your party and feed it. I'm making the bench. Okay, so it's the first one, the low grade. And then you get it in your party and force feed it. This is how I found to fix sick animals.
Yeah.
But cannot know how to fix this ghost. It's time to walk. Go. Go have fun. I summon my Dano. The first thing it goes to is puke in the farm. Look at that.
Right.
And he's happy about it. You're special, dude. Yeah, what it is? I'm gonna try something. Where? Okay. Got that wood. We are always lacking freaking wood.
Yeah, how is that even possible? Because there's so much of it on the ground.
Okay. Like this. Okay, buddy. Look at this. Under the barrel. Yeah, that's storage.
There's a turtle sleeping in the fucking hot tub over here.
When the turtle is depressed.
literally sleeping in this.
Oh, wait. I know how to fix it. Filthy pig. Oh, it's not you I want a pet. No way. Oh, okay, now I'm gonna give hugs to my pet. You good boy. Okay, wait for me, stop moving. Come here. Come here, you good turtle. Oh. Okay, Blunt, when you have time, please pet all the pets. One of them is depressed. I'm trying to figure which one.
Oh, the Vixie pulls arrows up too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Arrows and bows. Oh yeah, talking about it. I'm gonna take out the Sui and I'm gonna add another Vixie.
What?
Okay, good. Go Vixie, have fun. By the way, your egg is ready.
Hey.
And there goes all the turtles. They fall asleep in the middle of the ground. The turtle didn't even reach the bed. Hey Dino, how are you doing? Yeah, go meet Blunts, go.
Almost got 3,500 fucking stone over here.
Do you want help moving it? Your eggie is melting. But my eggie is melting too. Here, can I have another eggie?
Your egg seems cold. You need to put a heater next to it.
Ah, it's only the tab for incubation. It's okay. So what
I gotta chill it!
Woo! Nice.
The first one.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you. No. What was that? Bag doesn't like to play.
It only does one. It only works with one, and then you have to use the heaters after that.
Well, I have the heater learned, but...
I also want to make a toolbox. I'm gonna make a toolbox, and I want to make a flame cauldron. I want to put those up, put at least one on. Put at least one, obviously, to help the flame stuff, and wood to make it work. That'd be sick. Sick. Oh fuck! This fucking ore becomes way too like necessary as you play. It's like you need it for everything.
Oh, I'm gonna be right back.
Incubation complete. Give me something I don't have. If you give me something I don't have. Nope.
Here, another one. Not like we don't have many.
Whoa, look at that egg.
It's a Pikachu. I'm just sad that the.
I enhanced my my capture powers at 3 now.
Thanks. I only said that the huge eggs take 72 hours to watch. Come on, Blunt. First thing you do is bonk.
I didn't mean to do that. It was an angle.
Bonk. Here, have more arrows. I think you didn't get the arrows, buddy. The dino got the arrows.
Wow. Yeah.
Capture?
Yeah.
Think of the handsome Wayne.
Yeah.
I have 2 now.
Ooh. A riot level. You there, you call me. Na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's this one.
Yeah.
There you go. I have a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. Robin Quiltera. I think that's like one of the coolest ones, honestly. They're really powerful. They like literally 2-shot. Because there's green ones too, right?
Yeah, there is the normal one. It's the green one. Then the Terra, the Lux, and the Ignis, and what?
We got a whole fucking plantation.
Okay, my Bushy is doing 21% more damage.
Your what is?
My this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
His attack is leveled up until 21%.
I love how like fucking crudely put together he is. Like they were like, we need a samurai. We need at least one samurai. And some guy was just like, my son made this. Did you see that there's an interview? They interviewed the people who made this game. Most of the characters in this game were made by middle schoolers, like by their kids. Like it's their kids' designs.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
It's amazing.
They said that they said that they've never made a game before, that they were making it in Unity, and it was they wanted to move it over to Unreal, and they never used Unreal. They didn't know how to use it, so they were learning Unreal Engine at the same time as making this.
That's nice.
They made this game with $10,000.
So kids made this one. Oh well, okay. I love the guy. You're adorable.
I mean, when you look at the characters, you can be like, yeah, these kind of be crudely made by kids and then like cleaned up.
Yeah.
For sure. That's like this fucking idiot over here.
He's sleeping with all the human idiots.
There you go.
He's a special boy.
Higher
You
level
gonna stay
21.
alive the entire day once?
I don't know.
Because in like 10 minutes I will go off. I need to go get my mom on the train.
Fine, bro. I might be taking a break here in a minute.
Yeah, don't forget to take a rest, eat,
Yeah.
take your meds, place ice in your thumb. Ice is good.
Well.
Makes the pain go away.
Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna hop off now. I'm not gonna hop off live. I'm gonna go watch some YouTube because my thumb is burning right now. I kind of want to relax and not move it around.
Well, that way I'm gonna go rest myself. And when I'm around again, I will let you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be on again. If I'm not on again during the day, I'll definitely be on tonight with Avo.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, buddy. Then I see you later.
Oh yeah, man. Be safe.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Ay, ay, ay.
Magic Johnson weighed in on the reaction, posting on social media, "I think the Bucks firing former head coach Adrian Griffin was a big mistake. It's not his fault. The Bucks traded their best on basketball defender Drew Holiday. They're not a good defensive team and are all around too slow." Always wonderful to be joined by Brian Windhorst. Hello, Wendy. How are you this morning?
Well, first of all, good morning, Brian.
Hair
First of all,
looks
it was great. It was great to hear from Magic Johnson. I mean, he's been doing so many damn things. I'm waiting to hear from the basketball savant comment on basketball, so it was nice to see him have an opinion about it.
Sounds personal, essay.
It
Tell me
is.
this. Are you surprised, Stephen A., that the Bucks, who are second in the East, they're 30-13, fired their first-year head coach?
No, I am not surprised. A matter of fact, I'm the one person in America who shouldn't be surprised. To my producers, could you do me a favor, please? Could you please roll the tape from months ago, weeks ago? I said the same thing over the last several months. Could you please play the tape? I suggest you pump the brakes. Because, Adrian Griffin, if you are listening, I assure you the Milwaukee Bucks will cancel you in a heartbeat if Giannis wants them to do so. Adrian Griffin is going to get himself fired. I don't care that they're 23-6 against everybody else outside of their 1-4 record against the Indiana Pacers. You are the successor to Mike Budenholzer. When have we complained about a Mike Budenholzer defense? I say it with no pleasure. I think Adrian Griffin might be a one-year head coach in Milwaukee. You got to fix this defense. You can't. They didn't do all of this to not be in the championship picture.
Before we get into this, I just have to say I was just a little distracted because the first shot he had on a tracksuit, like he looked like he was in Sopranos. And then he was, suited and booted. He was a banker. And then we had 2 chains, like he came from the let out of the club. So it's just great to see your range there, Stephen A.
It's called versatility. It's called versatility. That's what it's all about. Listen,
right,
Doggy,
go ahead.
Wendy, I'm sad for Adrian Griffin. I mean, this is a man that got interviewed 14 times before he finally ended up getting a job on his 15th try as a head coach. I'm sad because at 30-13, being a black man coaching in the National Basketball Association with a 30-13 record and a top 2 seed, one would surmise that is not a cause for firing. But you remember, Wendy, I raised red flags because I was at the in-season tournament in Vegas, Doggy, and I had asked Giannis a question in the presser, and Giannis just went in and went up. And I said, y'all, I've covered this league for a long time. I'm telling you, this is not a good look. Adrian Griffin is in a world of trouble, and this is the coach that Giannis picked. They interviewed 3 coaches, as Wendy informed us, at the time, and Giannis picked Adrian Griffin. And almost instantly, you could see that he wasn't feeling it at all. I remember earlier in the season when they wanted to shift gears because they had gotten blown out in Toronto, and they felt that they weren't playing according to their culture, and Brook Lopez wasn't playing the way that they needed him to play. So they wanted to change things defensively. And obviously that didn't really pan out too well because their defense has been porous. And we have to take that in consideration. We also have to take into consideration that we shouldn't have expected them to be what they once were with Budenholzer because you didn't have Drew Holiday. When Griffin first got hired, what did they say? They had Drew Holiday still there. Damian Lillard hadn't been traded for yet. So as a result, you're looking at your team, and the team that you inherited as the new head coach was a bit different than the team that you ultimately ended up having. But here's the bottom line. Currently, with the 21st ranked defensive rating, 28th in the month of January, 121 points per 100 possessions. You cannot follow up Budenholzer, whose defense was ranked first from 2018 to 2020, slipped to 9th in 2021, slipped to 14th in 2022, and then last season elevated themselves back to 4th. Budenholzer does know how to coach. Budenholzer does know how to coach defense. And when you see Boston, and you see Embiid and Maxey and Philly playing the way that they're playing, and you see Nick Nurse coaching them the way that he's coached them, okay? And you turn that around, and you have a situation where you cannot defend against anybody, where the Indiana Pacers are shellacking you and busting your living you-know-what. I'm not surprised. I'm very sad for him. I think he should have been given a full season, but I knew from the moment Giannis responded, the way that he responded at the in-season tournament in Vegas, I told you from that day, Wendy, in Vegas, I said, this man is in trouble. I looked you right in your face, and I said to you, I don't think he's going to last this season. I came on First Take. I said it not once, not twice, but 3 times. And sure enough, here we are.
Yeah, I remember that press conference after the game where they got blown off the floor by the Pacers. And we all thought that you were outside getting clowned by Shaq and Charles. And it turned out after you got that whole experience, you came into the press conference. You weren't done working. And you asked Giannis a question about the coaching. And Giannis said we were disorganized. And I remember my head shot up as soon as he said that because he was speaking the truth. And the timing of this is surprising that this would happen on this particular day, especially a day after they won. Although these days, if you don't pound the Pistons by 30, it's considered a disappointing performance. And they only won, I think, by less than 10. But anybody who was out there watching this team knows that this team was struggling. And I'll be interested. So Magic had those comments. I'll be interested today as the coaches begin to talk to media whether or not they come to his defense and how hard they come to his defense. Because I remember vividly, guys, back in 2016, in fact, it was this week in 2016 when the Cavs fired David Blatt. And they were in first place, and they were 30-11, just like the Bucks are 30-13. But if you were around that team, you knew that that wasn't working. And everybody went crazy, and they ripped the Cavs for that decision, but they also knew under the surface that it needed to be done. This was very apparent right away that Adrian Griffin was struggling. It was a major red flag when Terry Stotts, a very experienced assistant coach, resigned before the start of the season. Very concerning. And they were trying to save it, and they were still getting wins, but they weren't playing winning basketball. And so I actually think this was the correct decision and a gutty decision, even if it feels a little bit unfair from the outside.
Yeah, I'm not giving the Bucks any break at all. I mean, number one thing about Blatt, he played an NBA final against Golden State. They were up 2-1, and he didn't have Kyrie Irving and Love. So let's keep that in mind. He had LeBron and guys like Jameson against
Matthew
the Warriors.
Dellavedova. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we bring Lou in, and Irving plays like an all-time great and makes the big basket that wins in Game 7. So let's be fair to Blatt because he had nothing to work with in an NBA final outside of LeBron. First off, I'm going to give Giannis a little grief here. Where was he last year when they fired Budenholzer, which was the worst thing the franchise ever did? The guy lost his brother in a car accident right around that first-round playoff series against Miami. Giannis decides he doesn't want to play half the games. They lose in a bad series, no question. But Miami went to the NBA Final, for crying out loud, and beat the Celtics on the way to do it. And they fired Budenholzer off that, who won a championship, whose brother was killed in a car accident right around that start of that series. Did Giannis go to the... And Giannis can do anything he wants. He's making a fortune in a small market. He runs the team. If Giannis wanted to keep Budenholzer, he could have said, you know what, this is not fair. Keep the guy here. I didn't play in half this series. Why should you fire him? But he didn't say anything, so they fired Budenholzer, and then the Bucks decide to bring in a guy who's got no coaching experience as a head man altogether on any scenario, change the focus of the team, and say, hey, go win an NBA championship. And so all he does is go 30-13, and now the Bucks are going to get him out. And listen, I love Doc Rivers. I've known him forever. Knicks, followed him. I'm a big fan. Let's also be fair. Doc was fired in Philly, fired in the Clippers for underachieving with great teams. Now, all of a sudden, Doc Rivers is Red Auerbach? So we're going to run and get Doc Rivers in here? Doc got fired. He did terrible. Harden got him out, and I don't like Harden, but he got him out last year, lost a Game 7, and then the Clippers got him the heck out of there when they got murdered by Denver. But now, all of a sudden, Doc Rivers, who just took the job with us, now all of a sudden, Doc Rivers is essentially the next Pat Riley, and he's going to go fix the Bucks? You got to be kidding me. So I am really down in the Bucks and Giannis. They got Budenholzer out of there and won a championship. Unfair when he lost his brother. Unfair. Yeah. And then Giannis.
Everything you just said is very strong. Brian Windhorst, I want your reaction to what Doggy just said about the firing of Budenholzer and the rest of it.
I would say that's a very good idea in the NBA. Whatever your reasoning for removing a coach, if you fire a coach who's been successful, you better know who you're going to replace him with. You better have your ducks in a row. The Bucks didn't, and they paid for that. But I'm telling you, dog, people in the NBA don't consider the Bucks a serious contender right now, and that's a big problem because they got a roster that they have to win. The record is irrelevant. You do not watch them and consider them a serious contender. They can't change the roster. They're sort of hamstrung with what they've got. They can change the coach. I know that they're going to take some heat for a few days here, there is nobody who has been watching this team closely who feels that this is a major mistake.
Well, and to piggyback off of what Wendy said, Doggy, is that anybody that thinks that they made a mistake is in getting rid of Budenholzer. It's not in getting rid of Adrian Griffin. Now, if you're Adrian Griffin, here's the sad part. Here's the sad reality. You're 30-13, and people still feel that way. I mean, think about that. That's crazy. So you know that there were red flags. And Wendy's absolutely right. There were red flags everywhere. Regardless of them winning games, how they were winning games, their struggle, people were.
I might have to get out of here and go pick up Bava. She's not feeling well. Oh.
You know, Braun he wasn't doing enough for me. He come to the bench one time, he's like sitting on the bench, legs crossed, he's like filing his nails. Like, man, this dude, he buzzing me. Like, what's he doing? Halftime comes and we go into the locker room. I said, Braun, you got to be better, bro. He's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. We need you to be better if you want to win. It's on you. He said, what you want me to do, T-Lou? Guard Draymond, be aggressive, shoot the ball, stop turning the ball over. Anything else? Boom, he stormed out of the locker room in the second half, dominated the whole game. And so it's like, man, if you didn't get that speech at halftime, we wouldn't have won. Yeah. I'm glad I did that. Thanks, Braun. You know, Braun he wasn't doing enough for me. He come to the bench once.
We both go to Nike. They signed Michael and they signed me. And Michael gave me some great advice one time. He says, hey man, why you need all that money? I said, dude, what you talking about? He says, I was looking at your contract. You're making about $3 million. Tell Nike you want $1 million and you want the rest in stock options. And I said, okay, I'll run it by my guys. And I said, hey guys, I was talking to Michael. He said, instead of me taking $3 million, he wants me to take $1 million and the rest in stock. He says, that's a good idea if they're gonna be great. I says, this dude's the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. Let's do it. I actually made probably 10 times the amount of money, and I'm still with Nike to this day. We both go to Nike.
I hear Machine Gun Kelly's thing first because it was popping up on my thing, like Rap Devil, Rap Devil. And I was like, pretty good.
Pretty good.
I said, damn, this boy is all right. I'm 6'4".
You ain't as tall as me.
Corny ass 6'4". I said, cool.
Some
But I
corny
know
hats, let's talk about
you're
it.
dealing with a fucking caveman. Eminem stays in the cave of, creativity. You fucking with the wrong dude. It was known for battle rapping. I heard his comeback. I said, good Lord, he kill shot. Already fucked him up. You gotta call
Rihanna
him.
just sent me on a text. Last
and
night,
then
I
just
left cookies
calling
on the
him,
net.
why you call yourself Machine Gun when you have a man bun? I said he was already, the first fucking seconds he was already, I said, oh, he's done. Killed his ass, murdered him. Gotta wake up to Labor Day for this. Oh, shit.
I said, I'd rather be an 80-year-old me than a
20-year-old you. I said, man, he was body blowing his ass, body shotting him. But then I hear Machine.
I don't know. Oh my God, chat. I think we're just gonna get out of here. I was not feeling well. I'm gonna have to go pick her up. I just don't want to stay on this computer no more with my thumb. I'm not even fucking talking or doing anything. So we're gonna call it quits for a bit. Might be back later. Who knows? We'll see. I love y'all. Be safe. We'll wait. We'll chill for right now. I've never seen this.
Johnny Depp was spending $360 grand a year on wine bottles, while Nicolas Cage's bankruptcy included 9 Rolls Royces and his own private island. However, there are few actor bankruptcies stranger than Kim Basinger's, who thought it was smart to pay $20 million for an entire country town. Braselton, Georgia had only 2 shops and 500 local residents, one of which describing the town by stating, "Breading chicken is about the most exciting thing we do around here," which made the reason for Kim's purchase even more stupid. She planned on turning the town into a Hollywood tourist attraction by building a major film and recording studio with the added bonus of a theme park, homes and shopping centers at a time when Braselton's economic conditions were so atrocious. Another local resident stated, "If we talk about the economy, everybody gets depressed." Given the real Hollywood was on the other side of the country, it's no surprise that the project failed, forcing Kim to resell the town for $4.3 million, locking in a $15.7 million loss and the alienation of her entire family who'd also bought into the project. The stress from the town's failure then caused Kim to pull out of a movie she was starring in, prompting the producers to successfully sue her for $8.9 million, which Kim couldn't pay.
You had to declare bankruptcy. You made everything and then lost everything. Lost everything. Every single thing.
But at least Kim Basinger still had her freedom, as Wesley Snipes' bankruptcy was so brutal, it also put him in prison. He'd earned over $50 million from a range of different roles, although despite purchasing an Aston Martin Vanquish, as well as mansions in both Florida and New Jersey, Wesley refused to lodge a single tax return over a 7-year period, and was therefore ordered to pay the IRS $23.5 million. Wesley tried to wiggle his way out of paying by making the strange claim that he was a non-resident alien of the United States despite being born there.
He knew he had to pay the taxes. He was just trying to find ways to avoid them.
Although things got a whole lot weirder when Snipes declared he had no taxable US income, making the IRS Form 1040 absolutely the wrong form for me to file. He also claimed taxes withheld were stolen funds, whilst adding the IRS deceives people to terrorize, enslave, rape, or pillage taxpayers. Although confronting the IRS was a very stupid strategy, as Wesley was immediately charged with 6 counts of willfully failing to file federal income tax returns, for which he was given a federal prison sentence.
Wesley Snipes gets 3 years behind bars.
In 2018, 5 years after being released from prison, Wesley Snipes still hadn't paid $1 toward his tax bill and would try to settle the $23.5 million debt by instead offering the IRS $842,000, which they understandably rejected. Wesley then tried arguing economic hardship, but the court said no to that too, instead dropping his tax bill to $9.5 million, which it seems he hasn't paid either. Avoiding a tax bill for 15 years might almost make him a genius. However, when Heidi Montag blew through $10 million, there was zero intelligence anywhere. Reality television was the source of her wealth, appearing in The Hills, Big Brother, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Outta Here. Although when these types of shows completely disappeared, Heidi instead began recording music, spending $2 million on her very first album. She'd state, "I put every dollar I have into this. I've spent over $1 million, almost $2 million on this album. It's cost as much or more than a Britney Spears album because I wanted it to be that quality. The songs will make an impact in pop history. It sold only 1,000 copies." In case losing $2 million on a worthless album wasn't bad enough, she'd talk about her daily life by stating, "Every time we'd go out to eat, we'd order $4,000 bottles of wine. Heidi was going to the mall and dropping $20,000 to $30,000 a day. We thought we were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Heidi's outrageous spending was justified because we heard that the planet was going to end in 2012. We thought we have to spend this money before the asteroid hits, although the peak of her stupidity was still yet to come. With the money running low, Heidi faked a divorce with her husband, who explained the split was designed to create fresh interest in his wife for a potential British TV project. Divorcing was the only way to keep Heidi's career going, although this failed to do anything. Heidi Montag had to lose every penny before finally learning her lesson.
We live too in the moment. People say live in the moment. Well, we did. You know, we didn't really think about our futures.
All of which could have easily been learned by researching Nicolas Cage. National Treasure had brought his net worth to $150 million, prompting him to spend $25 million on a waterfront primary residence, although Nick also felt the need to buy a holiday home. He'd therefore spend a further $15 million on a Rhode Island countryside mansion, also picking picking up an $8.5 million apartment for his weekends away in Las Vegas. But what about his weekends in the Bahamas? Well, for that he dropped $3 million on his own private island, but this didn't do anything for his trips to Europe, for which he'd spent a further $12.3 million on 2 medieval castles, where he'd spend huge sums on enormous Gatsby-style parties. By 2007, Nicolas Cage had bought 15 different houses, where he'd keep his 26 different vehicles, including 4 yachts, 9 Rolls Royces, and a nearly $3 million vintage Bugatti. Although this wasn't as old as his $276,000 dinosaur skull, kept next to a bookshelf holding a $150,000 Superman comic. Throughout the houses lived a $150,000 pet octopus, an $80,000 two-headed snake, and a pair of albino king cobras that set him back $150,000. To add a cherry on top of the cake, Nick purchased his own extravagant gravesite for a price of $40,000, finally concluding his crazy spending spree just months before the global financial crisis.
The real estate market crashed and I couldn't get out in time.
At around the same time, he began receiving fewer high-paying roles, and with 6 different loans on his Bel Air mansion, plus mortgages on every other property, Nicolas Cage was headed toward bankruptcy. By 2009, he owed a further $6.2 million in unpaid taxes, forcing him to sell almost everything, most of which at a loss. His $15 million Rhode Island mansion resold for $9.5 million, while his $276,000 dinosaur skull was taken by the government after they discovered it was originally stolen.
When the Mongolian government said that they needed it back, I gave it to them, but I never got my money back.
Nick launched a $20 million lawsuit against his former manager, stating, Cage discovered that he is now forced to sell major assets and investments at a significant loss and is faced with huge tax liabilities, although his manager clapped back by claiming he advised Cage against buying a Gulfstream jet, against buying and owning a flotilla of yachts, against buying and owning a squadron of Rolls Royces, and against buying millions.
The man bought a dinosaur skull, $250,000 dinosaur skull. You're a fucking idiot.
Millions of dollars in jewelry and art. The lawsuit was eventually dismissed as ridiculous, forcing Nick to take on low-quality acting roles purely to avoid bankruptcy.
It may not have been blue chip, but it would still work.
When asked how much has money driven your work choices, Nick stated there are times when it's more of a factor than not, before adding, I had this pride thing where I wanted to work my way through anything, which Nicolas Cage has since done quite successfully, unlike Randy Quaid, who gave up Hollywood to chase conspiracy, bankruptcy, and all-round insanity.
I'm back!
By appearing in Independence Day, Brokeback Mountain, and every National Lampoon movie, Randy Quaid became a multi-millionaire.
I've earned approximately $40 million throughout my career.
However, despite winning a Golden Globe and being nominated for an Oscar, Randy's career came to a screeching halt halfway through 2009. Why? Well, it began after he and his wife were arrested for trying to use a fake card to pay a $10,000 hotel bill, after which both refused to appear in court. After the case eventually settled, Randy and his wife were once again arrested, this time for squatting inside a vacant house they'd previously owned. However, things only got weirder from here. Randy and his wife began to claim they were being chased by a group called Starwhackers who were trying to kill Hollywood celebrities.
How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years?
While also claiming the group was somehow controlling their finances.
If things keep going the way they are, and we don't do something about it to expose these people, my wife and I will be out on the street. And we'll have nothing to eat. Okay, that's how bad it is.
As a solution, Randy fled to Canada, where he'd begin to upload his conspiracies to YouTube.
A day of reckoning is nigh. Wake up!
After which he was arrested for a 3rd time whilst trying to sneak back into America.
The Oscar-nominated actor and his wife in jail this morning after being arrested at the Canadian border in Vermont.
Exactly where Randy's $40 million went isn't entirely clear. However, Kelly Rutherford has been extremely open about how she spent her fortune on lawyers. After gaining international stardom for appearing in Gossip Girl, Kelly had 2 kids with a German man who wasn't a US citizen. The couple divorced in 2009 and began to argue about custody, with a judge ruling the kids should live with their father in Europe, as he wasn't permitted to return to America.
Because he can't come into the US, the children have to be in now France,
Yes.
The situation was so strange and unique, Kelly spent every penny she had trying to regain custody.
It's cost you, what, about $2.5 million already?
It's cost me everything I've ever made, my everything.
And as a result, she filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy midway through the court case, having assets worth only $24,000 compared to liabilities totaling $2 million. On top of this, Kelly owed more than $350,000 in back taxes, $25,000 in Amex charges, and had a monthly income of just under $1,300. Although despite spending everything she'd ever earned, her efforts failed to impact the court's final choice.
Gossip Girl star Kelly Rutherford stunned and fighting back tears after losing a bitter custody battle today in New York Supreme Court.
Kelly's spending was out of complete necessity, whereas Johnny Depp spending $650 million was nothing but complete stupidity. In 2012, he was listed as the world's highest paid actor by the Guinness Book of Records, although despite earning $900 million over a 13-year period, he spent the money so poorly Conan O'Brien joked that he must have gotten financial advice from Nicolas Cage. Similar to Cage, Depp purchased 14 different properties, including his own Bahamian private island, multiple countryside mansions, and a $60 million village in France, although it was Johnny Depp's day-to-day expenses that might have been even crazier. A 2017 lawsuit revealed he was burning $2 million a month on $200,000 for a private jet, $150,000 on security for himself and his family, $300,000 on staff including 40 full-time employees, and $30,000 on wine, which was confirmed during his trial with Amber Heard. However, Johnny Depp's craziest purchase was when he spent $3 million on his friend Hunter S. Thompson's funeral by firing his ashes out of a rocket-like cannon. Just like Nicolas Cage, Johnny Depp tried to sue his management company TMG, although they'd respond with their own lawsuit stating Depp chose time and again to ignore TMG and all of his other advisors. Depp truly has no one but himself to blame for his current financial and personal circumstances.
Oh, it just ends. It just ends there, I guess. Holy shit. Hot Dr. Pepper? Blech. Never in a million years.
ETA, we gotta talk. This is a
The Celtics have a chance to do the funniest thing of all time. There is absolutely no secret at this point. LeBron James does not like the Celtics, and the Celtics fan base does not like LeBron. So the feeling would be mutual. But he may have found himself in a very tough position. A couple of years ago, Bron said this about playing with Bronny. He would say, my last year will be playing with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for a year. It's not about the money at that point. Now, this is where the situation gets hilarious. Bronny James is at USC, and let's just say that everything works out, especially after his very serious health conditions, and he makes it through the season and plays well. A couple of draft experts have the Boston Celtics drafting Bronny James at number 24. So does that mean Mr. LeBron James will be coming to Boston to play his final years? That would be absolutely insane. The Celtics have a chance to
An NBA team was humiliated by Steph Curry so badly, it had NBA legends calling him the best player ever. It started when he hit a three on Jaylen Brown and yelled, I own your ass. Then in the NBA Finals, Steph taunted the Celtics by hitting shots, then taunting the crowd twice. So when Steph officially won the championship, not only did he let fans know what he was to Boston,
proud daddy of the Boston Celtics.
Fans made sure to remind Celtics players what's good whenever. So obviously the Celtics were taking all that personally, because one of the next times they saw Steph, you could tell they weren't over it. Not only did Jaylen Brown body Steph to put him into foul trouble, Jaylen went right back at him to score again, then taunted Steph by saying he was too small, but Jaylen's taunt definitely woke him up real quick.
Maybe they'll get a three out of it.
Curry three. Curry long three. Pocket three. Curry three.
Steph went off scoring 20 more points so fast, I didn't even think I was watching Steph Curry anymore. I thought I was watching Jesus.
How well does Jason Tatum remember his high school teammates? You ready?
Is that boy an NBA player?
Bronny?
Yeah.
If he turns on his Tiger, for sure. He has the Bugatti engine, but he wants to drive the speed limit.
Well, how long will it be before he's an NBA player? Because it doesn't seem like he would be ready to play in the NBA next season.
I trained him against Sky Clark, and when I got on him, Sky's a killer, right? Sky's a killer. And I said, you just gonna let him do this. You're not gonna fight back. I don't know what word triggered him, but it's like his eyes rolled back and a whole nother human came out. That's the person I've seen, so I know what's sitting inside of him. They're just having it come out.
Is that boy an NBA player?
Bronny?
Yeah.
If he turns on his Tiger,
he was spoiled rotten.
99% of my life I was lied to. There's an unwritten rule in the NBA about not throwing grenades.
But I feel like you get grenades too.
You know what grenades are? Yeah.
I get a lot of grenades.
But what does that even mean? Well, the #1 rule is to not give a grenade to your best player.
I said it to him. I said, my bad for putting you in that position, but he's like, I should have hit it.
So a grenade is when a player gets past the ball with no time left on the clock, forcing up a horrible shot. This negatively impacts their field goal percentage. It's basically like, yeah, I don't want this miss. Here, you have it. Watch this player apologize to his teammates for the grenade. Got lucky, he actually hits it. There's an unwritten rule in the NBA about not throwing grenades.
This is when I knew the NBA was real. First regular season game, my rookie year. Ish Smith came down right at me. Let's be real. We talking about Ish Smith. And Ish Smith, hell of a vet. Great dude. Great dude. Been in the league a long time, made a lot of money. Right. But if you playing 2K and you a little kid, you don't know who Ish Smith is.
Right, absolutely.
So I'm like, I'm being
that's the truth, though.
I'm being real, though. I ain't trying to
Ish Smith can ball, though.
Yeah, he can hoop. Mike Scott, we used to have Mike Scott on team.
Yeah.
He said, Ish Smith gonna get you with that cross. And I'm like, man, I ain't worried about none of that. I take in the game. The very first play, I'm backpedaling. Ish Smith, whoa. Mike Scott to the boss said, yeah, welcome to the NBA. I said, hold on now. So I was like, when I see Ish Smith from there on out, I'm like, let me tie my shoes up. Like, damn. This is when I knew the NBA was real. First regular season game, my rookie year. Ish Smith.
So Neil, how did you get involved with Baldur's Gate 3?
So I was finishing. Jake Merckx is under fire once again from the LGBTQ and Apex community after making these statements on stream about Pro League.
I mean, just put 2 and 2 together. Apex is a very pro, fucking gay, pro trans, pro. And look, I'm not anti, but I'm not in the front of the parade doing the high knees either. You know what I mean? So live and let people live, but I mean, we clearly have a difference in opinion, across the board. So I mean, if you're expecting them to give me an invite to their pro league, I mean, bro, I'd be so surprised if that ever fucking happened. You come across very anti, but I'm not anti. I made that extremely clear, extremely. And I told you where I draw my line, man. I think parents should be teaching their kids about stuff like that. When it's up to the schools and teachers that you might not know, nah.
It's like, I'd rather teach my kids to hate behind closed doors instead of letting them learn how to love everybody in public.
Call of Duty needs to delete all of their bundles, and none of you deserve refunds either. These goofy skins don't belong in a game like Call of Duty, and if you bought a skin, you're part of the problem. When you play the new MW3, what do you feel? Probably nothing. It has no unique feeling. It feels soulless. Nicki Minaj, a rat skin, Homelander with a fire shotgun. It feels like it's trying to be 10 different games in one. The theme was an afterthought in development. Call of Duty took a war game and tried turning it into Fortnite and focused on adding the craziest collab skins. Honestly, COD needs to nuke their whole collection. A fresh start. Bring back the classic mill sims from COD 4 to MW3. Release different versions of campaign characters. And for collab skins, just leave that to Fortnite. You see, without a true identity, you're either a nobody or someone trying to be someone else.
MTV said that we were allowed to swim with great white sharks as long as we were with this professional expert named Andre Hartman. They told us that Andre Hartman canceled because he was going to film with some rich Japanese dudes. And the night before the shoot, we're like at the bar saying, swimming in a cage. We don't tell anybody. We jump off the other side of the boat and then we swim around and get in the cage. And this guy sitting next to us at the bar, he says, if the great white shark finds you swimming, he'll be curious and he'll take a bite, decide he doesn't like the way you taste, and swim off, and then you bleed to death.
The safest way to do what you're talking about doing is to jump on the shark. That dude sitting next to us at the bar was Andre Hartman. So we got hammered with him. He fell in love with us. He canceled the Japanese dudes, and we went out on the boat to find the great white shark.
I hear a shark already. The bird said shark. I love that.
There it is. Oh, shark. MTV said that we were allowed to swim with great white sharks as long as we were with this professional expert.
Did you know you can make more money with the Acid Lab using a simple trick?
Fast food is getting more aggressive.
Here's some crazy cameos in huge music videos.
The 3 least loving dog breeds. You'll be shocked by the last one. Number 3. The Chow Chow is often considered one of the less affectionate dog breeds. Known for their aloof and independent nature, Chow Chows are not typically inclined to seek constant attention.
It's the end of an era because after 18 years, Xbox 3
Vince pulls Stone Cold, Triple H, Kane, and me into a room. I remember, I think we were either in Fresno.
Why you got the PlayStation sound as the background, bro? What the fuck? Maybe the Lakers just suck. Probably. Absolutely probably, bro. I don't want to do anything, chat. There's like nothing to fucking do right now.
At around 1 p.m. on November 2nd, 2020, an 83-year-old mother of 4 named Paulette Landrieux mysteriously disappeared from her home in Anden, Belgium. At the time, her husband was hanging the laundry up to dry in the garden and didn't notice she was gone until later that afternoon. When Paulette's family realized she was missing, they reported the disappearance to the police, triggering a pretty big search for the missing woman. Though this wasn't the first time Paulette disappeared, as she reportedly suffered from Alzheimer's disease and would frequently leave the house at random times of the day and night without telling her husband where she was going. She was known to randomly knock on the neighbors' doors for no apparent reason, and in the years leading up to her disappearance, she no longer recognized her children or her husband. Every other time she had disappeared, her husband would find her a few feet away from the house and bring her back inside. But this time, she was nowhere to be found. During the search, 50 police officers and several search and rescue dogs were deployed to the area, along with multiple thermal vision helicopters and an entire fleet of drones. But even with all these resources at their disposal, the local police department failed to find any relevant clues leading to Paulette. After several weeks, the search was called off, and the family assumed that she had fallen into the Meuse River, which ran near her home. In October of 2022, just as the police department was about to close the file, one investigator was searching for Paulette's house on Google Street View and found something shocking. There, as luck would have it, he found a Street View image of Paulette leaving her home and crossing the street to her neighbor's house. The case was immediately reopened, and police were once again deployed to the area, where they found the body of Paulette lying at the bottom of a hill directly below the neighbor's garden. After the autopsy was performed, it was determined that the woman had fallen from an unenclosed section of the garden and died shortly after. Her final moments eerily being caught by the passing Google Street View car as she walks to her death, likely in another wave of confused state caused by her Alzheimer's disease. One thing that's hard to understand is how the police failed to see her with their drones and helicopters the first time, but at least now the family can find closure knowing what happened to Paulette, even if it comes with this eerie last image of her ever being seen alive. If you visit the location on Google Maps today, you'll find the image has been overwritten by a more up-to-date view of the town. In July 2011, two armed individuals broke into an empty house in an otherwise peaceful suburb of Oklahoma City. With a house full of valuables for them to steal and nobody there to stop them, the two got to work. But unfortunately for them, the looting spree was much more short-lived than they had hoped. A few minutes later, the homeowner returned and walked in on the two of them looting her house. But instead of fleeing with the valuables they had already stolen, they held her at gunpoint as they continued to ransack her home. This went on for over an hour, and during the traumatizing incident, the woman recalled thinking they were going to shoot her before leaving. Fortunately, the robbers eventually left the house without physically harming the woman. After the armed robbery, she refused to reveal her identity to the press out of fear that the thieves would retaliate. The woman later reported the incident to the cops, but with no witnesses and an absence of solid leads, the case eventually went cold, and the woman lost hope that the two criminals would ever be found. However, 3 years later, the case took an unexpected turn. On a day in July 2014, the woman's neighbor was looking at her street using Google Maps Street View when she noticed an image of two men casually strolling down the street who perfectly matched the description the victim had given her of the criminals. Immediately, she texted the woman, who confirmed that the two men captured by the Street View van that happened to be mapping out the neighborhood on the day of the robbery were indeed the same two men who had robbed her. Based on the direction they were walking, it seems that the image was captured in the minutes leading up to the crime. Unfortunately, because the two men's faces are obscured by the grainy quality of the image and Google's software that automatically blurs pedestrians, the cops haven't been able to track the men down. But with a string of clues and a picture to add to their search, police now have a much better chance of catching the two thanks to Google Maps.
Chat, I gotta get out of here to go pick up avocado.
One night in October 2000.
Let's see who's live. Ozonics Gaming. All right, so avocado's not feeling well, chat. I'm gonna go pick her up. Sorry about that. I love y'all. Be safe. We're gonna send you over to Ozonics.